There we go. All right, y'all. What is up, my sexy, beautiful friends? We're coming at you with the next week of programming. This is week 5. We're going into a rest week. Before we dive in though, I wanna take a second because we've been getting some questions, and I love the questions. We've been getting some questions about the numbers and stuff again, so I think it's a good time now that we're kind of moving into, because we'll be moving into the prep phase of this cycle, or the build phase of this cycle now. So I think a nice little point to give a couple refreshers on the numbers and how to approach those and different things like that. So let me just write an example here, just to get some brownie going. So here, we'll just use the example of what this next week is. So we're going into a rest week. This is going to be a 1-1-3. Actually, I don't really like that example, so we're going to make something else up. So we're going to do a 3, 4. I don't like that example either. We'll do a 3, 2, 5. And before we get started, we cannot forget. Hey, you want to spark this one up, Bo?
Gotcha.
There he is. There he is. And you're gonna get you a new lighter, bro.
What are we doing right now?
Oh, you're just gonna hit that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
You just lit it up.
Give me a light, bro. Give me a light.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Come on, man. There you go.
It's a little windy.
Come on.
There it is. There it is. There he is. You know what we got? It's that Expo gas. We can huff it and we can puff it. Whew. All right, I've been easing up on this stuff, so I ain't gonna do too much, but for old time's sake, there you go.
Old time's sake.
Okay, so let's get to the numbers now. So remember, just a quick refresher. First number here is volume. Second number here is density. Last number is intensity. Okay, so remember, volume is how much, like how many sets, is overall how much. Wish you guys see, Echo's taking a fat shit. Good boy. Density is essentially, I look at it as like either the pace or how much you're doing within a given amount of time, or you can just look at it as the amount of reps, okay? And then intensity is how heavy. Now, fundamentally, these are the 3 basic components of the training program. So how much you're doing within a given amount of time, and then how hard it is overall, how much of essentially your 1 rep max, how heavy is it overall. And fundamentally, in the why I chose to really do these numbers like this is because after years and years of training and working with a lot of different athletes, so much of it comes down to intention. Even with, if anybody's doing the free course, a lot of what I teach is like the basic, most important thing behind it all is your intention. And I mean, hell, I've been studying a lot of law recently, and even in law, the difference between murder and manslaughter is intention, okay? So that's like, I want to drive that home, because when you see these different numbers, like, yes, I'm going to give you more specifics, and that's what we try to do in the program, of giving you more specific ways to look at them. Like this, we would look at 3 sets of 2 reps at a 5 out of 5 intensity as a basic, just, how we would describe that. But again, fundamentally, it's just, what is your intention behind it? And I think that's especially important when it comes to the intensity, because again, we can break intensity down in a number of different ways, but the primary way is like percentages. So I'll just go through that quickly here. So a 1 out of 5 would equal 0 to 60%, okay? A 2 out of 5 would be 60 to 70%. A 3 out of 5 would be 70 to 80%. A 4 out of 5 would be 80 to 90%. And a 5 out of 5 would be 90 to 100% plus. So like, again, if you wanted something more specific, you can use these different charts. And again, what I'm responsible for and what I'm going to continuing to roll out, just like if you're watching this, you likely have already been sent your athlete profile. So we'll get more into how to fill that out. But different little tools and things like this we'll be creating more and more of as we go. But again, just so you know, again, you just take a little picture of this if you want to. That's a way to look at the percentages. And now here, and we'll just go through it. So the volume's pretty easy, because basically for the day we look at, if it's a 3, that means we're gonna do 3 exercises, if you haven't noticed. And then within each one of those exercises, we'll do 3 sets. Again, we try to keep this as simple as possible here. So the density, we can look at as in terms of how many reps. So density could equal reps. It could equal rest, how much rest you're taking. So the shorter the rest period, the higher the density would be. And again, there's specific numbers to all of these. I'm not gonna go through that right now, because usually we kind of spell out the density for you. I think the main one people are still kind of having some issues with is the intensity. The last way we can look at the density is TUT, which basically stands for time under tension. So it's kind of related to rest, but time under tension would be like, am I doing 1 minute of total work? Am I doing 2 minutes of total work? And again, the amount of reps that you do is going to influence that, but not always. So just a couple different ways we can look at that. So a final point here with the intensity is, and really just the program overall, is don't get so caught up on the day-to-day. Which I understand as an athlete, it's like you want to do all your exercises, you want to make sure you're doing things right, you want to make sure you're doing enough weight, or you're not doing too much weight. Like, I get it, there's a lot of different factors, but the way that this program is designed overall, because, and again, I'm going to invite you again if you haven't already, which, hey, I can see how many views I got on these videos, so I know who's watching. If you haven't already, I made that longer video where I literally like broke this down all the way, all these numbers. So I invite you to go watch that. But either way, the program as a whole, because the way it's built is looking very long term, and then we kind of piece it down and like distill it down and down and down until we get to the day. Because of that, the day-to-day really doesn't matter that much. As long as you're going in with the intention. So if it's a 5, that means like I'm going in with the intention that I'm going to push myself as hard as I can. Again, that might not look like a PR, or that might look like a PR. It really honestly doesn't matter, because the other side of that is we are measuring specific things, and that's what we're going through now with the athlete profile. And then you also all received the KPI dashboard, because we're going to start specifically measuring what we want to measure, which as we go through the program, we talk about the test, which right now, if we remember, the overall goal, the overall result for this cycle is to increase the total by 5%. So the KPI then, and this is something I would invite everybody to start measuring if you're not already, is your total. So like every time we do the test day, you're measuring your total, because quite frankly, it really doesn't fucking matter anything else that we do. If the total is going up, and that's the main shit that we're testing, that's really what we care about. So it doesn't matter if you're doing like some squats and maybe you didn't hit a PR, or it says a 5 and you're not sure, should I wear a belt? Should I not wear a belt? Should I do this? Should I do that? Do what the fuck you want. It really doesn't matter at that point. What matters is your total going up? If your total is going up, then you're doing great. And again, things are built out week by week, so that obviously not every week you're going to hit a PR, but as you're tracking this, you'll be able to see the progression over time. Because most people figured out, this doesn't happen in a linear fashion. You don't just go up and up and up and up every week, as much as we would all love for that to happen. It's more of a, kind of draw it out here. We don't have a lot of room, but you go, I imagine it like this. You go whoop, 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 whoop. And that's essentially how the progress is made, okay? So you go up, and then there's a little bit of down. Then you go up, and then there's a little bit of down. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But again, you don't even really have to worry about all that. You just do the program, and then if you want to take things a step further, that's why we're also trying to teach you the basic principles behind everything. So, conclusion, key point, as long as you're making progress on the things that you want to make progress in, that's all that matters. Don't get too caught up on the day-to-day. Just show up, do your best with the intention of what the day is. And again, you know, if you want to get more specific, then we give you ways to make it more specific, but you don't have to really get any deeper than that, okay? So I hope that clears things up. And again, like I love the questions, so keep them coming, because that's how we can continue to make this better and make sure that we're, you know, providing the explanation and everything that we need to help you guys succeed in the best that we can. All right? With love always. So let's get into it. So TJ, we'll let you take the wheel now.
Gotcha. And even just to build off of what he was saying, everyone, like, obviously in terms of the actual program specifically, yes, that's it. I mean, I remember starting off in this journey and like being super caught up in like the sets and the reps and the exact increments and trying to have everything down to a minute detail. But as he was saying, it becomes more of like, what are things like in general? Like, are you in general following the program? Are you in general eating well? Like, you got to live your life in a way that's sustainable for you. So even if like you have everything down, like you could count all the macros of all your meals, you could have everything measured down to every single time variable, but it's much more about how you are most often in the general sense. So again, big scheme for the picture of the training program is showing up day to day, doing your best. And if you're doing that, again, whether or not you're wearing your belt or you're hitting a PR and these specific lifts, all that we're doing, like he said, the goal is to increase your total. So don't worry about all the specifics. Just use the guidance that we're giving you, ask questions if you have them. But just ultimately, we're trying to empower you all more than we're trying to like have you stick to some specific script and do what we're telling you to do. We're trying to empower you to ultimately like live your best life the way that you want to, and ultimately still be successful and reach the goals that like you have for yourself. And right now, we're all working towards this specific goal, which is increasing your total. But again, in life and as athletes, take it one day at a time. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just set the intention and trust yourself to figure it out if the intention is set, and everything else will come in place. Mm-hmm. So,
okay. Set the intention, clarify your purpose, and then lock in on the specific result. You keep doing that every day, you'll be in a good place, y'all.
Agreed.
Okay, so where are we at? We're year 4.
Year 4. You know when the actual Olympics start? I mean, the Olympics have already started, but like when the weightlifting starts?
I think next week.
Yeah?
Yeah, I forget the exact date, but I'm pretty sure next week.
Nice.
And they run, it's like 2 weeks worth of stuff.
That's stupid.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, dude. Son of a gun.
Starting off strong.
So is there like a men's team and a women's team for the USA?
Yes. It's like there's certain, only so many people get to go. And like it's based on their total, so it's like there's only so many spots available. But yeah, there is some women, and I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 men. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, it's not like a full-on team, but it's like maybe three or so women and 2 or 3 men or something like that.
Yeah. I know the USA has like really good girls. I know the women are solid.
Yeah, men, we're showing up.
We gotta step up, man.
All right, Q3. And we are going into a rest week, so the average for this week is going to be 113. So now like I said, we're concluding the prep phase, and now we're going to be moving into the first week of the build phase, which for this current cycle happens to be a rest week. But I would also even look at it as kind of like just like a deload week or a technical week. So it's not like a complete rest, obviously. We're still going to be working, but basically we need to just give our bodies a break a little bit, and then we'll be ready to roll. And ideally, even, you know, the whole kind of idea of the super compensation will be even in a better place to then really start to push as we get into the build. Mailman's going ham. And as a note with the belts and such, so going into this build week, I would say that anything, like for this week specifically, I don't know yet if there's going to be anything over 4, although there likely will be. We're going to figure that out here in a second. But I would say anything over a 4, we can start reintroducing the belt again, kind of like get our system primed if that's what you're used to. Again, if you've already been doing it, it's really not a big deal. Just keep doing it.
Damn it.
Uh-oh.
I'm spacing these numbers out enough. I'm super OCD about that. Gotta have enough space. There we go.
5,
That's better.
6, 7.
That's good enough, I guess.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right. So we got the numbers. We got the average for the week. And now we'll let you take the wheel. You know, you're getting a roll now.
Yeah, we got it. Just let me cook. Let me cook.
Let them cook.
So, first day, you guys already know at this point. Gonna re-emphasize, break the week down now to the different phases of the week. Okay. So our rest is our emphasis. So we have the same normal phases that we always do. First phase, first day. What the? Whoa!
Come on now.
She's dead. She's dead.
Cat, here, I'll fix her.
She's dead. Alright, first day is
Hello.
prep. Alright, and that is, so do the numbers too. For prep, we go, in terms of the volume and density, we go up, and then intensity goes down. So we're gonna go 2-2-2.
Nice. 2-2-2.
Cool. And we got a little
Build phase.
little buildy build. And that is the average. So that's gonna be that 1, 1, 3.
Very nice.
And we got a little peak.
3 days for the peak.
Peak, and then that's gonna be a down, down, up. Can't go down below 1. So we're gonna go 1, 1, 4. Oh shit.
And how did we determine where we're peaking and stuff at?
Because, that's a great question. Because that number 1 variable, which we'll finish off in a second. First thing we want to do, we talk about those important metrics that we measure every week, everyone. And the most important metric is testing.
Boom.
Test day is number 6.
So that would then be why the peak is ending on that day
Yes.
6 there. Awesome.
Indeed.
Yeah, remember, and I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. There's this program, we're training. There's a difference between working out and just exercises versus training. Like when we're training, there's a specific result that we're trying to achieve. And that's why a lot of times, sometimes it seems like we're doing a whole lot. Sometimes it doesn't seem like we're doing much because it's all geared towards achieving the specific result, okay? We don't need to do any more than what we need to do to achieve the result that we're after. And a lot of times more or less is more, and we get more and more out of just doing just enough and not too much, because if you do too much, then things start to go downhill, which, I mean, you and I, we've all experienced, because it's really easy to get caught up in train, go,
Yes.
and confusing motion with movement. Just because you're doing a bunch of shit doesn't actually mean you're getting closer to where you want to be. Right. This is training, so we're doing everything geared towards getting closer to where we want to be. All right, continue. Especially
because in a sport like weightlifting, right, or powerlifting or anything like that, where it's about numbers. It's very then easy to get caught into the game of what are my numbers are? What are my numbers looking like? And even as we test every week, then having that pressure on yourself, it's test day, I got a PR. That's, as you said, as Nate was saying, oftentimes it's not linear. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right? You might have a stretch where you're hitting PRs, every week, and then a stretch where maybe you don't hit a PR for a couple weeks in a row. It's just about trusting in that, doing it with intention, and surrendering to the result. You guys got it.
Perfect.
You got the test day. Next most important day is the weakness day.
Weakness day, got it. And this is the specificity prioritization.
Weak.
Weak.
Whatever. You know what it is. And then that third most important day is the strength day.
Strength. So that's, you're testing what you're testing, and then we're attacking whatever the limiting factors are that might be holding the test back, and then we're improving on what we're already excelling at to push the top end up. So that's why we kind of have those 3 days like that. And then, so now for the 5-day template, so we'll do days 4 and 5.
Days 4 and 5. That next day is going to be ACK.
The ACK day.
For accessory. And then specific.
There it is.
Son of a gun.
Going just for, if you're new here, which we've been getting some new members, and shout out to all y'all getting on the Life Collective or the Life Tutorial course. I see you. I'm really excited to hear more and more feedback. It's been very positive so far. So yeah, I'm excited for y'all to get more and more in there.
Well, actually, I'll run the numbers out first. Well, yeah, let's run the numbers first.
Yeah, we'll run the numbers.
Cool. Two.
And yeah, so for anybody that's new, so the reason like we do this 5-day template, and the way that it's structured is that, you know, whether you're doing the 5-day or 4-day or 3-day, then the basic template stays the same. You're just kind of subtracting days relative to the, again, what I call the specificity prioritization. So it's like the different things that we're doing that are as a priority helping us get better, which like the test is number 1, and then the weakness is number 2, strength is number 3, accessory number 4, specific number 5, which is basically just doing the more of the shit we're trying to test, and then technique would be number 6, because again, you get better at specifically what you do.
We're gonna call this another rest.
Rest.
So that'd be 1-1. That'd be the 1-1-3.
It'd be the, we're going off of here, so that'd be 1-1-2. Yep.
2. That's just And this is the. Don't say it. Don't you say it. This is gonna be. What do we do for accessory days? I had a brain for it. We prep. Okay, son of a gun. So it'd be 2-2. 2-2-3.
Yep. 2-2-3. Got him.
Obviously,
test day.
This is just a 1-1.
All right, so we're gonna have a little max out. So see, it's a rest week, but we're gonna be maxing out. All right, perfect. And then the rest is just the rest, which that's a 1-1-1. So you best be resting on this day. All right.
Best be resting. Cool.
Okay, so let me pull up last week. So now we start to see, as we're kind of moving into more of like the build phase and then the peak phase, the amount of total volume, the amount of total things that we're doing is going to be going down. So therefore, the exercises that we do need to be more and more specific now, because we don't have, you know, it's not like we have 5 exercises to do a bunch of different things. Like on this day, even on a prep day, there's only 2 exercises. So that means that we need to be very specific and get the most bang for our buck with what we're doing. So let me pull up what we did last week. Let me see, boom, boom, boom. Okay. So we had, so weakness day. So we would probably just do weakness, and then now because we're transferring to a new cycle, we're gonna probably switch up the exercise a little bit now. Okay. I don't know what's going on with that red boy.
Just get him out of here.
Just get him out of
here.
here.
Get him out of here.
He's done.
There's another red one.
He's done.
Your replacement's right here. So weakness.
Weak.
This is the first exercise.
Okay, so let's see. So now we're kind of getting into new territory here. And again, so just a quick note on the athlete profile. I don't want to spend too much time on that. But the athlete profile, make sure we're good on time here. All right, perfect. Athlete profile, I want you're not going to know all the numbers. It's okay. But whatever you do know right now, start going in and just filling in your numbers. And it's basically whatever your best numbers is. And this would be like overall, all time. Because then we'll start to be able to pinpoint, like we've been talking about, we'll start to be able to pinpoint what the specific weaknesses are, what the specific strengths, and then as we get more and more data from everybody, I'll be able to go in there and I can start making different correlations and, you know, damn near having like different mathematical equations so that we can really know, okay, what is a weakness and what is a strength, how do we know all that stuff. Again, you don't need to worry about all that right now, but do start going in there and just filling in the numbers that you do know, and then we'll slowly build out the rest, okay? So again, a weakness, so what's just popping up for me is, let me see. So we'll do because we want to keep this specific, and last time we did some snatch work. So I would say, let's do a power snatch and a jerk.
So those 2, okay.
Yeah.
Power snatch from like the floor, just
just the floor.
Okay, gotcha.
So again, we don't have there's not a lot of exercises going on, so that's why we're being super specific. So power snatch from the floor, Even then, that's a slight variation from a normal snatch. Just 2 sets of 2 out of 2, nothing crazy. And then jerk it. And you can see, like with even the exercises, you know, if the test is snatch and clean and jerk, then every tiny little variation that we go away from the snatch and clean and jerk is getting less and less specific. So a power snatch is obviously still very specific, even though that would be like a step further away, okay? And then the jerk, obviously, even that is kind of a step below, because normally, like in competition, you don't actually ever just do a jerk. It's a clean and a jerk. So even a clean and a jerk is still different than just doing a jerk, although the jerk is very specific to the jerk, obviously. Okay, so we'll go to the specific day.
So snatch, clean, jerk.
Yep. Yeah, this one's pretty easy. We got 2 exercises, so we'll just do the specific exercises. Again, it's the, well, hang on here, whoa. So this one would be a 1-1-3. Because on the build, we do the average. So like this one, you do the prep, like the prep rules. This one, because I remember I did this at first, but then it kept like, because these 2 days kept being the same.
Gotcha.
So that'd be a 1-1-3.
Gotcha.
Which basically means we would only do 1 exercise. So again, there's times like on the test day when even though if it says 1, we'll end up doing 2 because we're doing the test. But on these days where it does just say 1, we will just do 1.
Snatch?
Let's go ahead, because we did a power snatch and we did a jerk, so we need to touch the clean.
Okay.
So let's do a clean and jerk.
Okay.
And I'd say, because we've kind of been doing, well, last cycle, yeah, I mean, we do a clean and jerk. So specific, so that's just 1 set of 1 out of 3. Again, just the intention of that. It's okay if it's a little heavier, but I'd say again, a 3, if it would me personally as an intention, it's like, it should feel a little heavy, but I definitely have got plenty of room in the tank, and my technique isn't starting to break down either, okay? Strength, so we've only got 1 here, so let's get really specific with it. Let's do a squat, so let's do a front squat here. That's a 1 by 1 out of 4. So again, like a 4, that's like starting to push it, but maybe you've got just a little bit left in the tank there. It's not quite a 5 yet. Then we're resting, and then accessory. So we just got 2. So let's do because let's see, we've done a power snatch, we've done a jerk, we've done the clean and jerk. So maybe let's do like a technique and then 1 accessory, because we haven't necessarily done like a technique kind of thing yet. We haven't done, let me see. So it's, maybe, yeah, you can go ahead and toss ideas around too. So we've done a power snatch, we did a jerk, we did a full clean and jerk already, we did a front squat. Okay, we haven't yet done a full snatch. We haven't done like anything clean specific, although we have done a clean and a jerk. I mean, maybe we could just do a...
You do a no hook, no feet snatch, or you could do we've done a lot of snatch balance lately. Maybe keep that training.
I would, because we have only got 2, so I would, even though it's a technique, I'd still say we'd want to keep it like very specific.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like just like a power clean.
Okay.
Because we haven't done, I mean, we did a power snatch, we've done a clean and jerk, you know, so maybe we'll just do a power clean here.
All right, that's fine.
Because again, we're also looking at this as like, okay, we want to be primed for the test day too. And then accessory, so we'll do kind of, because we haven't really done like really any accessories here. So we've got 2 out of 3. So we could just do like a little superset. We haven't done any lunges. We haven't done any kind of hinging. So maybe like oh, you guys are gonna love this. Maybe like a multi-directional lunge. Woo! With
I love those
pull-ups.
Oh,
we've been on the pull-up gang. We're all gonna be pull-up stars.
Such a long word.
Yeah, it is. It's a multi. All right, we're back. Hopefully you didn't miss too much. Okay, so we're doing a multi-directional lunge. So we're also thinking about, in the gym, space-wise. So it's like doing a multi-directional lunge and then going all the way over to the lat pull-down machine isn't as practical. Pull. What if we did like a? Now that's 2 bars.
You could do like a. What's it called? When you put like the end of the barbell in like a hinge point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a landmine row.
Yeah, you could do like a landmine row or something like that.
Okay, so like this one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
Cool. And so this one, just to be clear, because we have done like the single arm rows before, this one you'll use that little thing where you put the bar in the hole, that little contraption thing, and then you'll stand, so the bar is going to be like, you'll be standing kind of on top of the bar, and then you'll row. You'll have to get one of those
handles.
Yeah, you'll have to get one of those like handles like that you would use for the seated row. And then you would put that underneath the bar. And make sure when you're doing these, because you don't want metal on metal like that on one of the good bars. So I would use one of the, one of like the shittier bars, or one of like the powerlifting bars, because those are meant to handle that kind of stuff. And then use one of the, like I said, the seated cable row thing, okay? All right, continue. So yeah, so we got 2 exercises here. So that'd be a 2, and then we'll double this. So we'll go, because remember 2 can also equal 3 to 4. So we'll do a 2 sets. Well, this one will just be 1 round, or actually it'll just be 1 set of each, because we're doing 2. So it'll be 1 round of lunges,
okay.
1 set of, you know what? I think we should just make these pull-ups again. Because for 1 set, that's like, hey, you guys can kind of see like the process that we go through. But sometimes it is like this, where you're like, no. And this is where the educated guessing comes in. But as you can also maybe see, there's a lot of different factors that go into play when we're making these decisions, okay?
1 round.
Yeah, so it's just 1 round, so that'll be simple. We don't have to dick around with all that for 1 set. Just do some pull-ups, get a bar set up. So yeah, 1 round. So this would be 1 full round of the multi-directional lunges, and then 4 pull-ups.
Oops. Plus 4 pull-ups.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, and now obviously the test day is easy. So again, this is where, like with your front squat on day 3, it's a 4, and then with this test day, it's a 5. So I would say go ahead and use a belt if you usually use a belt when it gets heavier. This would be the time to start including that back in. I'm telling you straight up. So if we get any questions,
did you watch the video?
Did you watch the video? Oh, I didn't have time. My dog.
My dog. Hi. Oops. There you go.
All right.
Got it.
Well, that's it.
That's all, baby.
Nope. I think we've kind of, I don't know if you had any final closing thoughts here, but then we kind of explained everything as we went, so not too much else to add here.
As you can see from those first couple of weeks, where the whole board was full, right? Because we had so many exercises, so many accessories. As we said, now that we're moving on, it's a rest week, but we're changing up the reps and the progressions to give you guys bodies a chance to recover. That's the whole point, right? You manipulate the volume and the density and the intensity to achieve the goal that we have, which right now is just still gonna max out, getting to making the volume go down, going from the hypertrophy, building up muscle, building up strength, to testing, which is, again, that's the whole goal. So hopefully this all makes sense. Hopefully the last few weeks have kind of tied together. Hopefully you can see the connection between the weeks and see the progression that we've made over the last month too. And then as we continue to go into the rest of the cycles. All right. Hope it was informative for you guys. Have any questions? You know who to ask. And we love you guys. Got anything?
All right, no, you said it. You heard it here first, folks. Let's do another week, and let's keep moving this train. Just having fun, y'all. Journey is the way.
Journey is the way.
Peace.
Love you guys.